Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and happy holidays. We are on the second video of a 4-video Jump the Line from David for Angelica Hale and some holiday performances. Thank you so much. We're going to keep these intros nice and short. I hope you're having a great holiday. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Check the links for different ways to support the channel. And yeah, let's just jump into it.
So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, a new one just begun.
Lovely.
And so this is Christmas. I hope you had fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas.
Well, that's a big
and a Happy New Year.
but gentle note.
Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. And so this is Christmas, for weak and for strong,
Love the way she's representing.
for rich and the poor ones. The war is so long.
One thing that's happening that's really kind of cool is that she's representing the sort of the meaning, the interpretation of the lyric in her physicality. When she said weak and strong, whenever she went through those two, you could see just sort of a slight shift in the way she was carrying and projecting the lyrics to represent some a sense of weakness, and then a little more tension, a little more rigidity in the body, a little more up body posture to represent more strength. I'll go back and check it out, but that's really cool. It's a really nice little color to add into a performance.
For weak and for strong,
Lovely.
for rich and the poor ones. The war is so long, and so happy Christmas for black and for white, for yellow and red ones. Let's stop all the fights. A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear. And so this is Christmas, and what have we done? Another year over, a new one just begun. And so happy Christmas, we hope you had fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young. A very Merry Christmas. It's a good one without any fear. So this is Christmas.
So this is a song that I remember the first time I ever heard it was by an artist named Rebecca St. James, and it was a very memorable time in my life, and it really kind of just stuck on my brain. So I love hearing her perform this one. I mentioned in the first video that I did for this 4-video arc here, these 4 that David jumped the line for, that there were times when I recognized that she was lip syncing or possibly just singing from different takes. And it just hit me as I'm watching, because it's very apparent in this one as well. And it's consistent throughout. And I'm realizing these are songs that she's put out on her Spotify and her music on different platforms of her performing these Christmas sort of classics. And she's lip syncing. So that's making this entire thing make a lot more sense to me. So this is being shot much more like a YouTube performance, but it's a music video. These are music videos that she's created, that she's made for these performances that she's put out on her Spotify and different places. And so that really kind of changes the way that I look at the performance aspect. I'm going to break that down a little bit further, a little more deeply once the thing's over. But vocally, she sounds great. It's very produced, and that's one of the giveaways. Don't know what I was thinking in the first one, but I think that what she's giving us vocally and what she's giving us physically are close enough to do the job. I have some very specific thoughts about it that I'll get into later, but I just wanted to get that out there because I realized that in the first one, if you've seen it, it just didn't click. I don't know why it didn't click. And I do remember that in her outro, she was talking about how this was available along with other Christmas songs on her Spotify and this and that. And that's what's happening here. So I don't know. I was absent-minded there at the beginning. Well, there's a part of me that also just doesn't want to jump out and say, hey, she's lip syncing, because I know that a ton of Angelica fans will then descend upon me if I'm wrong and roast me in the comments to within an inch of my self-esteem. So yeah, I was probably a little overly cautious, but that's what's happening. So that's great. I'm excited to break that down a little bit more. It does change the way the performance is sort of analyzed and the way it's kind of broken down for me. So that'll be great to look into and sort of like break that apart a little bit in the end. But for now, we're just going to enjoy this little moment in the song where things kind of get softer, instrumentation drops out. Let's get back to it.
Oh, this is Christmas, and what have we done?
I love this part of her voice.
Another year over, a new one just begun.
That's beautiful. Lovely, absolutely beautiful. And I love how she carries it. Check her performance right there, all the way to the end, holds it through to that little smile. That was Angelica Hale. Happy Christmas. War is over. Thank you so much for watching that with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just to break it down a little bit, what I'm talking about when I talk about the different way that I would look at this performance, knowing that it's a music video, knowing that it's being performed based on a recorded track, is that there are some times, and there are a couple of moments toward maybe the more vocally complex sections or the bigger moments, when I think that there is some work that could be done to smooth out some of those transitions, maybe even bring the physicality down just a little bit. One of the dangers whenever you're having an artist lip sync to their own performances, especially whenever they're an artist like Angelica, who has these big complex runs and these big, bold, bright, loud, round moments in songs, is to overperform the sort of hits, the consonants, the moments when they really push, really kind of nail a note. The onset that they do vocally can inspire a little bit extra of a physical, I don't know, impulse, a little kind of hit physically that can be a little much. It can step outside of the vocal performance and show a little more plainly than you'd like that the two are not actually the same. One of the things that I would love to see her develop in moving forward would be, and it comes with recognizing, just knowing that you don't have to do too much. You don't have to push too hard or try any more to fool people or to try to convince people that this is an authentic performance. Own the fact that it is what it is. Pull it down just a hair and just allow your natural physicality to take over. The danger is becoming, in moments, out of fear of being too little, a little too much. And there were just maybe 3 or 4 points in that performance when she was doing a particularly complex run or hitting a really big note, when I just picked up on that. And it only lasts for a split second. Please know, you guys know that I love Angelica to death. I think she's amazing. This is not like a damning critique. It's just one thing that I noticed. I had to try to find something to critique in her performances, which I will be the first to admit is not always easy. So I am nitpicking here 100%. But that is something that if we were working together, that I would try to work with her on, recognizing that in herself. The first step is acknowledging it or being able to pinpoint it and be aware of it when it happens. And then it's really not that big of a thing to adjust. It's not that complicated or difficult to sort of whittle down and mold into the right place and to get it to fit just right. So that'll come in time. Not worried about it at all. Other than that, there, especially in those soft moments, her performance physically, her facial expressions, that smile of hers, those big sparkling eyes, do a wonderful job of selling the soul of the song. I think it's beautiful. I think she does a great job. That's a wonderful song for her, especially in those softer moments when she kind of brought her voice down. Even if the volume was bigger, when she would bring that sort of genteel feel from her voice, she does that so well, and her heart really shines through in those moments. So it was absolutely wonderful. I'm going to check something because there's a lot of time left here. Okay, this is just video of her and her sister. I'm not going to put that in this video. I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to stop with the music performance. You guys go check that out. The link to her video will be in the description. Any links to her Spotify or anything else she puts in the description of this video will be in mine as well, for you to go support her channel, support her music in different ways. Do go do that. Have a happy holidays. Excuse me. I think I just hiccuped or something. Have a happy holidays. And please remember, as always, to be kind to each other. And most importantly, be kind to yourself.